Hello everybody, it's your old pal Tuna here and welcome back to another video. And in this video, we are doing 2 cons, 1 weekend. So I'm gonna start you off. I had to come up with an entirely new second table display layout and actualize that in order to double dip my weekend. It's something I've never done before. I am going to be doing Annie Revo in Vancouver and the Vancouver Pride Festival at the same time. The Pride Festival is only for 1 day, Annie Revo is for 3 days, so my plan is to spend the first 2 days at Annie Revo myself and then bring this secondary setup that I'm creating to the market on Sunday and leave Mark behind, my fiance, to be me at Annie Revo, which will be not the first time he's actually sold at my table. I think you guys have seen that before, but it'll be the first time he's doing it all alone and for a whole entire day. I don't know what to expect. This is totally new territory for me, but I am headed on the wind down of my big summer of cons, and I'm very well practiced at this point, so I'm hoping everything is going to go according to plan, but I guess we'll just have to start the weekend and see what happens. So this has been fairly successful considering I'm whipping everything up at more or less the final moment. I am glad I did this on Monday because I still have until Thursday to set up, which means I can grab some more stuff as is necessary and troubleshoot my way through the rest of this setup, but I think it's gonna be pretty simple from here on. And as usual, I do want to overhaul my setup a little bit, but I don't have very many shows left over, so I think that it just makes the most sense to keep it as simple as possible, to have the double setup and yeah, see where things go from there. I think the next thing I will do today is make grab bags because I find that really fun, going through all of my leftover stock and finding it new homes. I have ordered stickers today. I have ordered card backings for the itty bitty kitties because I spontaneously ran out of the card backings that they go on and needed more. And my supplier usually takes about a week and a half to 2 weeks, so I gotta get them locally. And then I'll put this away till tomorrow and figure the rest out whenever I order arrives. Future Tuna jumping in here for a second, I just wanted to give you a little bit of context for Annie Revo because I never really got a chance to talk about it in the video so far. So Annie Revo is our local Vancouver anime convention. It's the biggest one in Vancouver, probably in the province, though we do have a lot of different smaller anime events throughout the year as well, some of which you have seen here on the channel. Annie Revo used to be something I did quite a bit in the pre-pandemic days of my convention journey when I was sort of doing a totally different thing than how I am now, sort of. Last year was my first year doing it again in the post-pandemic in my current era of conventions, and if you saw that video, you might remember that it was not very successful. I think over the course of the 3 days, I made $1,400 or something like that in sales, which is astronomically low. Usually I would expect to make double that, if not more. So I left being quite disappointed. I remember there being cartoon tears in the thumbnail of the video. I'm hoping that this year is not going to be a repeat of that, but the reason that I'm back at all is that they had us rebook before the 3 days were over last year, so I rebooked on the Saturday morning and I was anticipating that I would make better sales and I didn't. So I was stuck with the table. I was honestly waffling as to whether or not I was even gonna go through with it, if I was just gonna sell my table instead, but I committed, here I am, and I'm gonna give them another chance to see if the weekend can be a little bit more successful than last year or if we're gonna have a repeat of last year. I really don't know what to expect. I'm lying because I know how it goes, but you know, let's pretend together that I don't know how it goes yet. I think that's all the context that you really need going into it. Let's go back in time and get ready to set up for the con. Hello everyone. I'm going to set up at AR. It's like 4 p.m. on Thursday. We start tomorrow, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I had to choose an outfit that was both setup and nice dinner worthy, so hopefully I have done so correctly, and I'm treating myself to an overpriced Uber because my suitcase is like a zillion pounds. But yeah, let's go set up. It is time to begin our long weekend. I have made it. I have a corner table. Wow, that's crazy. I should have known that because the map was in my inbox for months, but I just have had too many of these going on and I did not notice. Anyway, I'm hoping that I have something to expand the table. If it wasn't for the fact that I'm doing the other event on Sunday at the same time, I would very easily be able to. remedy the extra space situation. But yeah, I'm gonna have to get creative because my garment rack I'm gonna bring on Sunday. But yeah, let's get set up and let's try to get as not sweaty as possible. Good morning, everybody. I am fresh and fabulous and ready for con today. I ran into Rihanna on the transit to the con. We had a great chat, pepped me up. Yeah, I'm excited. It's only 8 hours on the floor today and 8 hours on the floor tomorrow, which is so merciful of them, honestly. Like, these 10-hour con days is just too much. So I'm feeling like this is not going to be too much of a challenge. I have dinner plans tonight and dinner plans tomorrow night, so let's see if my little body can take it. Okay, all set up, doors are open, con has begun. I've sold some stuff, some vendors and some other people, but I keep wandering away from my table. It is time for me to stay put and do my job. Anyway, I wanted to show you a couple of the changes that I made. So I did put 4 extra tote bags here, in addition to the 4 tote bags that are on the corner, because as we know, I have this nice corner space, and I was just talking to Angel and Hair, who's right here, and they are taking advantage of their corner space. They're also on YouTube, definitely go check them out. But they're taking advantage of their corner space by adding an extra table. And if it wasn't for the fact that I'm double dipping this weekend, I 100% would. And I'm now trying to think, like, tomorrow, is there anything else I can bring? Because I have extra tables, but like, do I even have the merch to fill it at this point? I don't know, but it just feels like a wasted opportunity if I can't take advantage of this really awesome space. But I'm super glad I have this, because otherwise there'd be like, this is like a pathway for people to walk, and they'd be like all up in my business and like looking at my butt. I don't like that. So yeah, everything's going well. Oh, what else has changed? So I have here, this is a price list. This is for Mark when he's working on Sunday. Obviously I know my own prices, but they're constantly changing, so I don't expect him to remember as well. So that is there for him. I did bring my banner in, my Art by Tuna branded banner to hang on the table. I'm gonna take that with me and bring it on Sunday though, because I only have 1 copy of it, and I think it's more important to have it at that event. Yeah, and that's all I can think of. Oh, and I wanted to introduce you guys to my new little friend. Mark says I should name her Honey Labubu, which I think is pretty funny. But if you have any better ideas, let me know in the comments. She is a fufu, but I love her anyway. Okay, extreme crisis moment has been averted. So this booth across from me here is selling like Genshin Impact dude fan art, and I love that for them. And for some reason, they have a line of like 30 people waiting to buy. And up until a minute ago, that line was like completely blocking our aisle and access to my booth. Hi guys. Okay, well I'm literally, okay, hold on. How are you? Not bad, thank you. Yeah, it's busier than I was expecting it to be right now.
It's so busy right now.
Yeah. It's only the start of the day.
I know, right?
Oh, that's my friend over there. You have to yell "I love balls" to get your ribbon.
I'll do that.
Yeah. So I think I'm gonna be hearing that all day. Yeah. You could describe it if it's helpful. Raccoon, yes, got it. Yeah, okay. Sorry, I haven't figured out what order these are in yet, so I'm just gonna find everything. Boo boo! Can I take a picture of it? Thank you so much. Oh, he's so fashionable.
Oh yeah, he dressed up like this today. Oh, he literally said show me
Yeah, so mine are foo-foos, but this is my special girly. And then this was my extra one that I got, so he's luring people in to show me the boo-boos. They're so funny. I love that one. I want the gray one myself. How's it going? Good, thank you. Poop machine. Okay, great. Thank you so much. Enjoy. Yeah. Oh, thank you so much. Cute and colorful. That's my thing.
I like the colors.
Thank you. I like to think I can explore a lot of different themes and just like use color to kind of make it all cohesive.
I think you did a good job.
Thank you so much. Good morning, everybody. It's about 11:30 now, so we've been open for 30 minutes or so, but everything's always a slow start, so I've been running around saying hi to people, and I had to buy this extremely cool cathedral-themed knit sweatshirt in the middle of summer, by the way, from my friend. There are so many talented artists here that I actually kind of low-key just want to go around and shop, and I feel like that's the same thing that happened last year. But speaking of last year, yes, as I mentioned, things have been going basically about the same as they did last year, which is to say not great. I don't know, we'll see what happens. I'm kind of glad I'm double dipping the weekend so I can have something to look forward to tomorrow rather than feeling like maybe it's dragging on a little bit. But how are you? Oh my god, I love your earrings. That's the one for you? Would you like a paper bag? Yeah, definitely. Just $10 then, please. Love it. I'll treat you. Enjoy, thank you so much. I love your Luigi keychain, by the way. Are you aware that I'm a Luigi fiend? Yes. Okay. Game, recognized game. Hello again. How are you? Oh, I'm so good, thank you. It's getting really busy today. I am actually personally not going to be here tomorrow. My fiance is going to be here though. So if you want, you can come say hi to him and give him something and he can bring it to me. But it's no pressure. What do you think?
I can do it.
Okay, yeah. Oh, I'm all out, but you can take a photo of this one here if you'd like. Yeah, Vancouver. Yeah, North Van.
Are you in like the makers or anything like that?
No, I tried it out, but it wasn't really profitable for me, so I skipped out on it. But I'll be opening my online store probably once con season is over, so like in September. Cool. Yeah. Yeah, nice to meet you. Thank you. Alright, Polly, comes with a little free cat hair. Alright. So $31.50 just on the screen, please. Thank you so much. Do you need a receipt at all? Okay. And you use it now or shall I roll it up? Enjoy. Thank you. Alright everybody, we're down to the last hour now, and I'm feeling like I'm about to crash out, as the kids have been saying lately, so I figured I would do one last check-in before the end of the day and before I finish my tenure here at Annie Revo this year. Today's definitely been better than yesterday, so we're not in a disaster like last year's situation. I'm not too far off from last year's sales at this point this weekend, so hopefully tomorrow will be okay, and then overall it'll be better than last year by a fair margin. But yeah, let me show you. So in addition to the stuff that I bought earlier, somebody bought me a Labubu keychain, which is so cute. I love it. It has the winky face on the other side. And I also got yesterday from my friend another little Labubu charm, which is on my exhibitor badge now. So yeah, I fully have brainworms and I'm just embracing it. It's very fun. Like, as a fan of dolls and a fan of customizing them, I think it just is very natural for me to get involved in it, and I just love seeing everybody's little guys walking around. So it has been a super fun weekend. I kind of regret that I'm not going to be back tomorrow because I'm really feeling the jolly vibes. Had lots of good chats with all kinds of people, but I am looking forward to Pride. I think I'm going to be so wiped because it's outside and like there's like a concert like stage behind where the artists will be, so I don't think I'm gonna actually get any footage of me selling there, but Mark promised me he would film himself selling here, so hopefully we can round out the video with some of that. Good morning, everybody. I hope you're feeling particularly flamboyant today because I sure am. I am ready to head over to the Pride Festival. I'm really just killing time around the apartment right now because I'm not supposed to show up until 1 p.m. and then I have an hour to set up before the event officially opens, I suppose. So I took the extra time to do my makeup and pick a fun outfit, and yeah, the weather's actually great today. It's like overcast and cool right now, so the parade people aren't gonna get too violently sweaty, and neither will I once the day starts to roll on. But I actually feel relatively refreshed despite having been working at cons for the last 2 days. I think there's just maybe the excitement of like doing it all over again that's got me pumped up. But I'm really looking forward to this. Now let me tell you a little bit about this because I probably haven't gone over it at all in the video so far. So this Pride event, I did attend it last year. However, it was completely different, so to speak. It was a 2-day event, it was in a different area, and it was laid out quite differently from how it is this year. So I have a suspicion that despite the fact that I did quite well last year, I think I made like $1,400 in the day or something like that, I suspect I might be down this year because the way that it's set up is the vendors are now in a park, which is not actually on the main drag of where the festival is occurring. It's like around the corner from there. So will we get enough traffic in our area? I have no idea. We're also right beside a stage, so yeah, there's like no chance that I'm gonna be able to film pretty much anything. So all the footage you'll probably see, other than setup and takedown and whatever, will be the love of my life Mark over at Anime Revolution doing my job for me. But I'll do my best to capture what I can, and then of course we'll go over it at the end of the video. And yeah, because Anime Revolution is doing well, I already hit my last year's sales at the end of the day yesterday, so whatever happens today, we're gonna be up from last year. I think if this one is down from last year, it's no big deal because it was already over what I would usually expect to make in a day, so I'm fine with being down. So yeah, overall it's gonna be like pretty fun and profitable weekend, which is great. And there is so much on the horizon, people. Like, this is not the end of the gauntlet. This has not been as extreme as I was expecting, but next week I'm going to Edmonton again for Animathon, so that's another 3-day anime convention to look forward to, vlog to look forward to, of course. And then one more show. It's the Pride Festival at the end of August, but we have still 2 more con vlogs coming, so don't panic. Okay, I think that's all I have to say. Let's head over to the festival now. Let's get set up, check in with Mark, and I feel like this day is gonna go by really quickly, so yeah.
Okay, here we are, all set for day 3. I am the helper today, so let's see how it goes.
like snail that I don't know. Ants.
Yeah. Worms and snails go together. Would you like a paper sleeve? Would you like to pay with cash or card? Would you like a receipt? Here you go. Thank you so much. Hi there.
Can we get the pink pearl sticker sheet?
Pink pearl.
This.
Oh, the dog one.
Yes.
Would you like a receipt?
I'm getting it.
Thank you so much. Have a good day. Hi there.
Would you insert this?
Sorry?
I don't know.
He looks like a tassy.
Oh, that's okay.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. She's a lot better at sorting through this. 3 with the fourth one free, so it's $30. As the day goes on, you get faster. Ah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, the bad luck.
Does it work?
Yeah, the aliens.
Oh, and the kitty open, the Halloween.
Is that okay?
For now.
For now.
Might
All
come
right.
back to is there like a deal if I buy it? Or just the 30?
Just the 30 for the sticker sheets.
I recently got a cat, that's why I'm like,
What kind of cat did you get?
it's like a Siberian.
Okay. Oh, so cute. Do you like the seat? Alright, thank you so much. This morning when I was on the bus, there was a spider on my neck. And then when I got off the bus, there was like a little spider on my leg. I think it was because I was waiting for the bus under a tree. And now I feel that there's like little bugs on it. Am I insane?
I'm back for the toe.
Oh, wow. Okay. So it's after 2 o'clock and I'll do a tuna style check-in. Things are going well. Definitely like slow at the start of the day, and things have like picked up to like a decent pace. I probably won't film anymore until the end, but things have been going okay. And then at the same time as this, Rachel is over, or Tuna is over in the park setting up for that. So I'm sure you'll be seeing that at the same time as all this. But yeah, see you guys later.
I'm so sorry, I barely got any footage of my time at the Pride Festival, just a little bit from setup, a little bit of the before the crowd from the Pride Parade showed up, a little bit of what was going on stage. There was drag performances and rock bands. It was super, super fun. Lots of great people in the audience and the crowd, so I had an amazing time. Here's all the clips that I have, but I will let you know a little bit more about how everything went, and here's Mark taking down the Annie Revo table for me. Bless his heart. Okay everybody, hi. Yes, we are hanging out in the bedroom because it's the only room that has air conditioning right now, and it's not Italy hot in Vancouver, but I am a Vancouverite, West Coast Canada, and we are not able to handle the heat or the cold. So we're hanging out in here, and it is actually August 29th right now, and Annie Revo was the first weekend of August, so it has been a long time since I filmed that footage, since I was there at the con. I have already done Animathon and the other Pride Festival that I had to do, and now I am here to reflect on the ones that we've been looking at in this video, so bear with me as I get a handle on my thoughts and feelings about these. I am a little bit disappointed that I didn't manage to take any better footage of the Pride Festival because I actually had so much fun. My heart was a little bit sad that I had to leave Annie Revo behind, but it was really funny because there were people who came up to me at the Pride Festival, kind of did a double take and were like, "Didn't I see you at the Anime Con?" Got to explain the situation there, but it's definitely true that the anime people and the Pride people, there's a lot of crossover there, a lot of geeky queerness is intertangled, which is why I feel like these Pride events are so good for me in particular. I had thought that the stage behind where the vendors were was going to be a little bit more disruptive, but it honestly just gave it a party vibe, kept me on my feet, kept me kind of dancing back and forth to the music. There were some situations where I couldn't really hear the customers, and it was super busy kind of at the start of the day. We were from 2 till 8 or something like that, or 9, and the bulk of the sales and the busyness was towards the beginning when the Pride parade rolled in, and then still steady but tapering off towards the end of the evening. Now, I will say that there were two kind of unfortunate logistical errors that were made, which one of them was that, I think I mentioned it earlier in the video, there was two sort of areas where the festival was taking place, and I did realize after the fact, talking to people, a lot of people did not even know that the stage and the vendors were there in the park. So there was quite a lot less traffic than there could have been. But at the same time, it was still very busy, so more traffic sometimes just means people having to breeze by your table because they can't actually take a look. But again, this is new for the organizers, and I'm sure that they're going to take into account this fact for next year, so I'm still happy to return if I am able to. And the other thing was a little bit more specific to me, and I don't even, they may have sent out like a feedback form, and I may have put this in, but I can't even remember now, is that if you saw in the video, there was a couple of clips of the stage, and I don't know if you can tell that like I'm turned around at my table filming from behind me, and there's a row of tables there between me and the stage facing the stage. Now, because of my time slot to arrive, we were all randomly able to just pick which tables we wanted to set up at. There was no actual assignment. And because I was in the second wave of people to arrive, the first wave had taken the forward-facing tables, and I had to take a back-facing table. Now, it was inarguable that the volume of people looking at the front half of the tables was much, much higher, like double, triple, quadruple the number of people who were coming around to the backside to see the second half of tables, which wasn't even full because there was like a table that wasn't actually set up and no one was there. And there was no signage or actual walking pathway to lure you to the other side of the tables. I don't know whether this affected my volume of sales. I mean, it probably did in some way, but the other side of the table, this other side of the coin is that I think perhaps anybody who did take the time to come look at our table on the backside were like more maybe actually interested in purchasing versus people just sort of walking by. I have no way to know if it would have been better on the other side, but I'd like to think that it would have been. But that being said, I'm not disappointed with the sales at all. We'll get into that in a minute. I found this whole event to be so energizing, especially after having already done a different show for 2 days. It was just a queer celebration of love, and like, you know, I don't know if you're familiar with Vancouver Pride, but they're like the big kind of corporate Pride events, so they get a little bit of flack for that, and I totally understand. But everyone there was being themselves and having a ton of fun, and these are my people. Let me tell you, these are my people. And we have to do everything that we can to support the LGBTQIA plus community of which I am a part, and like, you know, sorry to get real, but their rights are being attacked now in certain developed Western nations. So I just want to say that if you are also queer, you identify as queer, that like even though stuff is messed up right now and has been, and you know, we're never gonna have to stop fighting to be ourselves, it's so worth fighting for. And if you can find people that are your people, hold on to that and fight together because you're stronger together. Sorry, I don't know. I felt compelled to soapbox there for a second, but one of the most beautiful things that happened was that somebody had a Labubu and they were giving out tiny little toothpick-sized pride flags to everybody that they saw who had Labubus at the thing. I can't think of another community that would do something like that, so shout outs to the Labubu community as well. I think going forward, next year especially, I might just try to apply to every single Pride festival that I can access in my city and in BC, and maybe even outside of BC, because I'm noticing that sales are fantastic at these events, and I've lamented before that anime cons aren't really for me. Where are the illustrator fairs? Where do I fit in? And weirdly, Pride is feeling like kind of where I'm fitting in, so hold me to that. Next year we'll do more of these. And yeah, speaking of anime cons, Annie Revo, super fun, much better than last year, so I'm definitely feeling positive about the whole experience. I don't know if you could tell in the footage of me talking to customers and stuff, but I definitely personally see myself looking quite tired and burnt out from being the NPC that I am when I'm doing those sorts of things. But I definitely think I needed a break, and then yeah, you guys are gonna see in the Annie anime thon vlog that's gonna come out either in a week or 2 weeks from this one that I am like dead. So take it from me, if you're gonna do 15 cons in the summer or whatever it is that I did, I don't know, just don't expect to be operating at 100% when you get to the 13 out of 15th one, because it's very reasonable that you're gonna be a little bit more weary than when you started. But I'm still really grateful for the support. I was grateful to be there. I saw lots of friends, had a really fun time, and I don't really remember anything else, so yeah. Okay, for the nitty gritty, looking at my handy dandy spreadsheet here on my phone, in gross sales, so that is the sales that I make at each event without taking into consideration any of my expenses, including product cost. At Annie Revo, I sold $2,400 worth of stuff, and at the Pride Festival, I sold $1,800 worth of stuff. Now, if you're doing the math there, that means that Pride, I made like over half of what I made at Annie Revo, and that was just in one day, but it's fine. We're gonna connect it all together, and it's a $4,200 weekend, so I'm pleased with that. I obviously couldn't have done it without Mark, so you know, shout outs to that guy. I hope you had fun watching him sell. I'm sorry that the audio was so sketch, but there's kind of not a lot I can do about it. If you were having trouble hearing, I found headphones were helpful. And would I do both events again? Yes. Would I do double dipping on a weekend again? Yeah, but probably only if Mark was willing, because I just don't feel like the volume of sales is enough to really justify paying somebody for their time. And that's it. That's it for this weekend. The next weekend is literally like, so it was like the first weekend was these two, and then the following weekend I went to Edmonton for Animathon, so look forward to the vlog for that one. And then because I was already 2 videos of footage in like hindsight, or like in the bank that I had to edit, I did not film for Comox Pride. It turned out to be like super hot that day, and like it was just 4 hours, and my mom was there helping me, and yeah, I decided not to burden myself, so that will be the last con vlog of this little summer stint. But then I have 2 one-day shows in September to look forward to. I applied to something in October that I feel like I'm not going to get into, but who knows. And then I have 1 in November and 1 in December, so more on the horizon, and who knows, if more opportunities show up, I'll probably apply to them too, because I'm crazy and I can't help myself. The last thing I want to say before I go is thank you to everybody over on Patreon who is helping to support the channel. Some of these people are pledged at just $1 to throw a little tip my way. They get in exchange extra videos, digital downloads, podcast newsletters, and art newsletters, access to my Discord server, and my secret shop where you can actually buy any of my sticker sheets that you see in the video. And speaking of sticker sheets, some are pledged at the $10 tier to receive monthly mail, where they get a sticker sheet every single month. This month, oh, you guys are seeing this video on the last day of the month, I think, so we're about to do a little switcheroo. If you see it today, it is the last day to get the beach boardwalk theme, which is super cute, colorful, very aesthetic. If you sign up at the $25 tier, you will get the big lunch, which is the full set of rewards, including a desktop game and a whole bunch of stickers. So if you like that sort of thing, please consider signing up to support the channel. And on September 1st, there will be a new reward cycle, which is the Meowloween cycle, and that is spoilers for the t-shirt that I'm wearing. Stay tuned for the shop drop upcoming at later in September as well, but the Meowloween sticker sheet will be trinkets and oddities and curiosities themed, so if that kind of vibe is your thing, take a look on September 1st at the link below, patreon.com/artbytuna or lunch-box.club. Seriously, I cannot overstate the value of these people here in my Lunchbox Club, and yeah, with this whole tariff situation that's going on, it's becoming very complicated to sell my work. We already had to stop selling to like the EU and Britain, so I'm pretty sure I'm at the point where it's like Australia and Canada and anything that I managed to be able to get into America. So yep, we live in the dream out here. I really appreciate everyone's support, even if it's just watching this video and liking and subscribing. That's enough yapping from me. Thank you so much for making it to the end of this video. Stay sparkly, don't let the cruel world dull your shine, and I will see you next time. Bye!